Hello to all of you. My name is Maria Kącielska and this is Poland Daily Culture. And today more Poland Daily philosophy, because we're trying to analyze what we have behind our Polish border. And this is, of course, an ongoing conflict in Ukraine between Russians and Ukrainians, but also between Russians and the Western world. And how to comprehend all the atrocities which Russian soldiers are doing to civilians in Ukraine. And I would say it's very hard to understand, but we'll try to ask this question about Russian mentality. Here with us is Marek Kącielski, Polish philosopher. Again, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
In the previous episode, we talked a lot about the mentality, Russian mentality, also in the context of communism, and the fact that the Western world thought that with the collapse of communism, it will come also the collapse of Russian imperialism. But it seems like it's not true.
Nothing like this happens, really, yes, because as I mentioned last time, the communism was just a tool to construct global power by red elites of Russia. And when they realized that it is no longer working, only partly due to economic reasons, they simply resigned from the tool that was communism, but they have never resigned from their objectives. And the goals are still the same. So you could see this taking the example of Alexander Solzhenitsyn, who was very much against the communism, in the meaning that he was not opting for this particular tool to rule Russia. But on the other hand, when he returned Russia after the transition from communism to a regular Russian state, let's say, to the White Russia, we realize that he is deep Russian nationalists who absolutely supported aggressive foreign policy of Putin's Russia. And this is, again, another misunderstanding about Russian intelligentsia. And saying this, I have in mind what we understand here in Eastern and Central Europe, that there is a sphere in the society that is not also well educated, but that is responsible somehow for bringing up the rest of the society. So this is our tradition. This is also present in Russia. And Russians have their own intelligentsia that is very professional. So my warning is never disregard Russians and their abilities. They are very well educated, speaking foreign languages, smart, intelligent people. But on the top of traditional Russian intelligentsia, there was always a very thin layer of intelligentsia that was very much Western-like. They used to think in different categories. And this was this fragment that really has no influence upon Russian society and upon Russian elites, including political elites.
So there's part of Russian society and part of intelligentsia, which is pro-Western and democratized, yes.
Which is pro-Western, and it's very nice and pleasant to read them and to talk to them, to read their books and to watch their plays. But below, there is a huge layer of typical nationalists, Russian intelligentsia. And Solzhenitsyn is one example. Another example is Alexander Dugin. So we should take them seriously. What is happening now in Russia was declared, for instance, by Dugin, and it was simply not taken seriously. So unfortunately, I believe that this is the manifestation of their beliefs. This is somehow, I mean, no matter how much horrifying this is for us, as we can see that Russian women, wives and mothers support the war. They let their husbands and sons rape Ukrainian women and steal property of Ukrainians. This is their mentality. And Stanisław Lem, in his very important letter to Mike and Kandel, the translator of Lem's literary output into American English, wrote that the West was always aware of how Russian mentality really is, but simply pretended not to admit this. So this is also very much frustrating, so to speak.
And especially frustrating right now because this is, after all, not the World War II. We have tools of mass communication, and we see almost day to day what's going on there at the battlefields in the cities. And there are huge groups of Ukrainians who are brought into deep Russia, into Siberia, as it was during the World War II or after it. And there are, of course, cities where slaughter happens and there rapes happen, and where children are raped, where women are raped, where pregnant women are raped, where old grandmothers. And this is happening right now. And moreover, with a huge support of Russian society and with a huge support of everyday ordinary people, which have pictures on Instagram and Facebook, which are using the same technology and tools, which are eating in similar restaurants as we do, but also accepting things which we probably would never accept.
Well, my observation is that Russians look like we and speak like we, but they think like Asians and behave like Asians. And Volnievich admits that this is another form of civilization halfway between Europe and Asia, simply Russian civilization that is very much different from our own. And we shouldn't take them and understand them in the same way as we understand our civilization.
And we'll put a point here and we'll continue this discussion in the next episode. And of course, this is also the question to you, the viewers of Poland Daily. What you are thinking about the ongoing war in Ukraine? What are your observations and what are also your choices? And thank you for watching Poland Daily Culture.